Hello and welcome to Pace Hospital's podcast. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at inhalers. Inhalers are essential devices for many people with respiratory conditions, and understanding their uses can greatly improve day-to-day life. Joining us today, Dr. Pradeep Kiran Panchadi, interventional pulmonologist and specialist in bronchoscopy and EBUS, with extensive expertise in respiratory care. In this episode on the uses of inhalers, he will explore the different ways inhalers are used, discuss their importance, and share strategies for effective inhaler use in managing respiratory conditions. Dr. Pradeep Kiran Panchadi, thank you for joining us at Pace Hospital's High-Tech City. Let's start by understanding what are inhalers.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pradeep Kiran. I am working as an interventional pulmonologist at Pace Hospital, High-Tech City. Today we are going to discuss about one of the most commonly used medications in the field of pulmonary medicine, which are inhalers. Inhaler is a device which is used to deliver a particular amount of drug into the airways directly, either in the form of droplets or powder form.
So, doctor, can you explain the different types of inhalers and what makes each one unique?
So there are variant types of inhalers, out of which most commonly used inhalers are like metered dose inhalers, which are commonly called MDI, DPI, dry powder inhalers. These are the two basic inhalers. There are many more updates in these inhalers, such as Accuhalers, blood synchronizing inhalers. So many things are there, but once you know how to use these two basic inhalers, the rest of them will be very easy. Now, where do we use inhalers? So, inhalers are primarily used for reactive airway disease. These reactive airway diseases can be COPD, that is chronic pulmonary obstructive disease, or bronchial asthma, allergic bronchitis, in cases of ILD, that is interstitial lung diseases. In any cases where there is found that there is obstruction to the airway, inhaler are primarily used. The drugs which are used in the inhalers are the same drugs which will be used in the form of nebulizations also. So whether these inhalers can they be used in pregnant women, breastfeeding women, or anybody? Yes, they can be safely used in pregnancy and also during breastfeeding. Many of the patients or attenders have a concern that using steroids will cause so many side effects. So whether to use inhalers which contain steroids or not, we usually get the question. In that aspect, I want to make it clear that the inhaler which is containing steroid, it is of very low dose, and the steroid which you are going to inhale, it directly acts on the respiratory mucosa or airways. It doesn't necessarily enter into your bloodstream, though the systemic side effects of steroids are very rare with inhaler use. So don't worry to use inhalers even though inhaler is containing a steroid.
Doctor, I have always wondered, can children actually use inhalers? Is it safe for them? And how does it work for kids compared to adults?
Yes, any age group can use inhalers, especially in children. There will be specialized equipment, half puff type, like a spacer device through which you can deliver inhaler.
Dr. Pradeep Kiran, a lot of people use inhalers for asthma or other breathing issues. What kind of side effects might people experience when they use inhalers?
Most common side effects which you encounter with inhalers is one thing, sometimes with metered dose inhalers due to improper technique or in the last doses of inhaler, when there is more of a gas, propellant gas, when compared to the medicine, there the patient may have increased amount of cough. Second, there may be oral ulcerations which can be avoided by regularly rinsing your mouth once you have taken an inhaler.
Can you explain how to use different types of inhalers?
Right now, I have already told you that metered dose inhaler, MDI. So I am going to show you sample what is a metered dose inhaler. You are seeing this L shaped this one. This is called metered dose inhaler. So as you can see, there will be a canister. This is the device. This is the mouthpiece. This is the cap. Similarly, this is an example of a spacer device which you can use along with the metered dose inhaler. There are various types of spacers. You can use any spacer, but the technique is same with each and every spacer.
So doctor, how to use dry powder inhalers?
For using a dry powder inhaler, that will be coming in the form of a capsule, we will be using a device like this. Earlier there used to come a device which everybody of our older generation knows, Accuhaler. Now it has been replaced with this type of devices which are much more easier and convenient to use. And another update in dry powder inhaler is this Accuhaler. To take a dry powder inhaler along with the capsule which contains a drug, you have to use a device. This is the device which is commonly available nowadays. Earlier it was Accuhaler which were used, but nowadays these are simplified versions. So now, how to use these DPI devices? Now, as you can see, there is a cap. There are two buttons which are marked by different colors. The first step is remove the cap. After removing the cap, you can see there's a chimney like tube here. This helps in our inhalation process. Now, once you see there is an arrow here. As you can see an arrow, this arrow indicates that this needs to be turned. So, once you turn this one, you can see that the DPI machine has opened, and you can see a space. There's a space for a capsule. So what will we do? The dry powder inhaler capsule which is there, you have to take that capsule, open this device, place that capsule in the space what you are visualizing. So once you place that capsule, again lock it. So after locking, the next step is, you can see two buttons here. You need to press these buttons. Once you press these buttons, what happens? You see there are needles coming out. Small sharp needles will be coming. So these needles will be puncturing the capsule and making holes on the sides. So once you have locked this capsule, then press this once, twice, thrice. It's okay, nothing, no problem. But once you felt that it is sufficient, then remove your fingers from the knobs and hold the device like this with your index and thumb fingers. Like this you have to hold. Leave this and hold like this. Now, as the capsule has been pierced, now the drug which is in the powder form can directly enter into your oral cavity. The next step is lift your head a bit so that your mouth, your chin and your trachea, everything will be in the same line. Then insert your chimney like tube into your mouth, inside the teeth. This is how we should use it. Now once you are inside, take a deep breath. So with deep breath, the powder form, it will be escaping through the capsule, through the holes, and then entering into your oral cavity, and because of you are inhaling deeply, it will be entering directly into your lungs. So the steps are: open the lid, cap, place your capsule here, close, press once or twice, and then hold it like this, lift your head, keep it and take a deep breath. So once it is finished, you have to open it once more and see if the capsule which you have placed has any remnant of powder in it. If there is any remnant, you have to repeat the inhaling process. If there is no remnant, take the capsule out, throw the empty shell. And then once it is done, again you have to rinse your mouth, because any powder particles, if they stick into your oral mucosa, there's a chance that you might develop ulcers. So you need to wash your mouth, and as with spacers, this device also needs to be washed with running water every 3 days and to be sun dried. and it should be changed every 6 months. This is regarding how you use your dry powder inhaler with this device.
Dr. Pradeep Kiran, how to use a meter dose inhaler with a spacer device?
Coming to demonstration of a spacer device. This is one of a kind of a spacer device. There are number of spacer devices where there are types valveless with valve. So this is a spacer device where there is valve inside here, which you can see there will be a valve. The valve will be opening and closing. So what is the use of this valve? Usually valves will be used. The use of the valve is that it prevents the leak of the drug from the inside the spacer out of this mouthpiece. So what are the parts of an spacer? As you can see, this is the space where you will keep your inhaler device, meter dose inhaler. This is the storage space. This is the mouthpiece. Now, how to use it? This is a meter dose inhaler. So now, before starting it, meter dose inhaler, as you can see here, there's a space. You have to connect like this. This is how you prepare your inhaler with spacer. You have to place the inhaler at the space given here. So now your spacer is ready with the device. The second step is, this is your mouthpiece. You have to keep it inside your mouth. So once you keep it, then press your inhaler. As you can see, a mist will come, that is the drug, and settles in the spacer device. It will be stored. Now you have to breathe in through your mouthpiece. So like that, once it is pressed, you can breathe in through your mouth through this device mouthpiece, and then wait for 1 to 2 seconds and then release your breath through your nostril. That's how the drug enters into your airways. Before starting this also, we have to exhale or breathe out most of the air. Now, I told earlier that while using a spacer, MDI without spacer, you cannot press 2 times. But when you are using a spacer device, you can press 2 times. 2 puffs means 1, 2. Now the medicine is in the storage space. You can take. Now, once you have finished inhaling this inhaler, close your spacer and keep it back. Your spacer device needs to be washed every 3 days with running tap water and sun dried. Do not apply any soap, which will cause loss of its hydrophobic nature. And it's better advised to change your inhaler spacer device every 6 months, because as the days progressing, the loss of surface tension will be increased, and as such the drug will be deposited on the walls and it will become whitish. Now, after each and every usage of inhaler, that is meter dose inhaler, either with spacer or without spacer, it is advised to rinse your mouth with regular water and then spit it out, so that any deposited medicine will be washed out of your mouth and prevents any oral ulceration. So I hope everybody understood how to use meter dose inhaler.
So doctor, one final question. How to use Accuhaler device?
There are so many additions to the dry powder inhaler therapies. So one of it, which nowadays is being more prominent, is this device. This is called Accuhaler Device. So this Accuhaler device, it has there is no need to load or no need to do anything. It has already loaded capsules. 60 doses of capsules will be there. So how to use this? You take this one, for unlocking or loading it, open this case like this. It will rotate. Once you rotate, you can see this is the mouthpiece, this is the trigger, and this is your dose counter. Here you can see number of counts, dose counter, how many doses are left. So once you have done like this, the next step is you have to put your mouthpiece in the upper side. Now, once you have kept it, this trigger, you can see that is more like a trigger, gun trigger. So you will push like this. So it indicates that your dose is loaded. This is a loading. Next, you can see the mouthpiece here. The same with the dry powder inhaler. You have to keep your mouthpiece inside your mouth as under as possible, and then take a deep breath. So automatically there's a blister under it. So that the drug will come once you inhale. Okay. So once it is finished, your trigger, it will automatically come up. That indicates that your dose has been successful. Now after finishing it, the same thing, again close it. That's all. As with MDI, DPI, once you have taken a dose, you have to rinse your mouth. So there are many other modifications also, like they say that Symbicort, everything is there. Almost the principle is same. When you remove the lid, it will open the like as it is. When you remove the lid, open. So take a deep breath, the dose is delivered, and then it closes. So most important thing is how effectively will you inhale. The more effective your inhalation will be, the more effective the drug delivery will be. And which age group can use what? It doesn't necessarily. Person who can hold his breath, they are much more useful with this MDIs. Persons, old age persons or mid age persons who cannot hold their breaths, in those cases dry powder inhalers along with these Accuhalers, all these things will be important. So any type of inhaler, the same drugs will be there. Correct protocol or sequence of events will give you a better drug delivery and better control of your symptoms. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pradeep Kiran Panchadi, for being with us today and sharing crucial information about inhalers with our listeners. I hope this information empowers everyone, as knowledge and support are powerful tools in managing respiratory conditions. Remember, every small step in learning to use your inhaler correctly counts. Every challenge is an opportunity to improve, and every breath is a reminder of your resilience. If you have any further questions about inhaler use or respiratory health, please don't hesitate to consult a pulmonologist. It's important to remember that while these conditions can be challenging, they do not define you. We will see you soon with another episode at Pace Hospital's podcast. Until next time, stay informed, stay proactive, and take good care of your health. Thank you.